Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar reassures citizens that they have nothing to fear with government's proposal to reform the Constitution. Mrs. Persad-Bissessar says there are attempts by some to instill fear in citizens regarding the possible amendments to the Constitution. She was speaking at Eid celebrations held at the Diplomatic Center last evening in St. Anne's. Sherilyn Lewis has details.
Changes to the Constitution with regards to a fixed term for Prime Minister and the right to recall, Member of Parliaments and runoffs were all promises made in the People's Partnership 2010 manifesto. So says Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar.
There is nothing to fear in these amendments. They are not amendments that are coming like a thief in the night. We promised the amendments in 2010 in our manifesto. That manifesto we converted into government policy and that we adopted it in the Parliament as government policy.
She reassured citizens that the reform are meant to give them more control over the democracy.
The only reason we are making these amendments is to place more power in your hands in the electoral process, in the selection of your MPs. There may be some that want to instill fear in you. I give you the assurance there's absolutely nothing to fear.
Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar says for the country to become a thriving nation, a national partnership is required.
Each one of us in every community of this nation has a part to play in the development of our country. One such role is the responsibility of you and citizens to advocate and promote better governance, equity and social justice. You will recall just earlier this week the reforms that I have mentioned and our efforts to ensure a nation can respond to the needs of people and grow with the momentum we want. That is not the end.
Sherilyn Lewis, CNews.
CNews once again asks you, our viewers, about your opinion on this matter. Yesterday, we went to San Fernando. Today, Mahalia Joseph was on Frederick Street in Port of Spain, and here's what some of you had to say.
I think it could be passed, but it needs more people on the government side for it to be passed.
Well, it's good and it's bad because as an individual, you had to read it, you had to understand it and know what it is about. So it really, if it's good for me or bad for me, you know, well, that's my point.
Can't give you views because there hasn't been enough time to look at it. You see a news report, you get a couple things depending on which side is saying it, but what are the facts? I feel there should be much more discussion.
Well, for me, right now that is madness, because they never really consult with the public to find out what is really happening or what they want to do. They just want to do things on their own. It don't work like that. We put them there, so if we put them there, we could have some kind of say in what, you understand?
Well, I think it was good that they had a consultation to find out from the public what we would like, but I haven't read up on the bill enough to make an informed decision.